hope y'all boys read the chapter. Y'all ladies read the chapters, man. I woke up early just to get the business out the way. And if you're anime only, go ahead and step out the video because I ain't even trying to waste no time to explain it. You already know the dealio. It's your boy, like y'all think, lost face, skinny body. I know the green, still working on that part. We're to chapter 52. Let's talk about this shit you already know we finna do, yes, sir.
solemnly swear, from this moment forward, that I will never lose again. Until the day comes, I will never be defeated.
First things first, the cover art is cold. We already got some of the leaks and some of the spoilers. You know, in my previous video, in my spoiler video, I went over some of the manga panels, you know what I'm saying? This shit that was going down, so we already knew it was going down. But this shit looks crispy, you know? It looks clean. It looks like Naruto's legit Sage of Six Paths mode, you know, kind of like without the, not kind of, but I guess you could say, you know, completely different color scheme, but the fact that his skin isn't glowing, but it's like everything else around him kind of like got touched up on paws and some shit like that. But speaking of Sage of Six Paths, like my son even name dropped it this chapter. So for those of y'all hoe ass niggas, bitch ass niggas was hating Naruto lost the Six Paths power, I'm like, boy, then where the fuck he get a Rasen Shuriken to throw at Delta's legs when they was fighting boxing back in chapter 31? Y'all niggas is wild, and Naruto never had lava style. So the fact that he did a Rasen Shuriken with lava style incorporated lets you know this nigga has some type of Six Paths power. But Six Paths, no paths, QB paths, whole paths, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Isshiki and Six. Really how my man's been moving, and you can even see as the chapter prolongs, it looks like my son Naruto was holding it down. He was holding it down for the town. Let me not take anything away. My son was holding it down for the town in his Byron mode. I don't know how they're gonna exactly pronounce it, so I don't know what they're gonna call it in the anime. They might still call it Byron mode, or they might have a whole new kanji and a whole nother Japanese word and character for it, and it be labeled something else. But bro, like, yo, Byron mode, I don't even care. Like KCM3 Byron mode, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. My son Naruto with the fox ears was like, yo, nigga, where's that nigga Isshiki at? Tell him don't put his hands on my son and don't put his hands on my other son. So there's a whole lot of things that went down in the chapter from, like I said in the spoiler video previously, my son Isshiki is used to just being like pretty boy, you know what I'm saying? Pretty boy Isshiki, like too smooth, too clean. He's used to taking care of what he needs to take care of and leaving no mess behind. But this time, my son Naruto really hit him with that grit and grind. Had some bleeding from the mouth, had some clothes all tattered, bruises, beaten. This dude Isshiki was completely caught by surprise, and I'm so like jaw-dropping, fathom, like, bro, the expressions that they drew with this man's face, like, shots. First of all, the art this chapter, the art is always good. You know, a lot of people do complain here and there about it, but I'm just like, the art this chapter was clean. I don't know, it was just extra crispy this chapter for me personally. Like, you see the bruises on this nigga Isshiki, this nigga bleeding, he coughing up blood, this nigga Naruto's glaring at this man. They both talking shit, and I'm just like, damn, like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, first of all, shouts out, my son Kishimoto is back this chapter, so like, let's give him props for that. Now, an actual full month of Kishimoto being back with chapter 53, we'll know that it's completely rawly his shit, you know, his complete script that he's writing. I don't know if like Kodachi was going in on this halfway through the month and then boom, Kishimoto came and took over, but we already know the broad general idea of things is still, you know, in the same ballpark. It's just how things are gonna like get there from point A to point B. But like, my son Kishimoto came in this chapter and he really let niggas know what's up, and I fucks with it because it's like, yeah, Naruto and Sasuke been getting their ass beat, but like, you cannot tell me my son Naruto is not whooping Isshiki's ass. I ain't gonna lie, he was whooping Ishiki's ass all chapter. And Isshiki, I ain't even finna say he was low-key capping, because at the end of the day, let's not forget, this nigga Isshiki is nerfed like throughout everything. We've yet to see this nigga full powered. So that like, sit on that thought. We've yet to see this man full powered. But he's completely caught off. He's like, yo, bro, like, what the fuck is going on with this nigga Naruto? Like, shit was not part of the plan. Like, what's going on, man? And this nigga Naruto is really killing himself with this power. Now, my nigga Kurama comes through and he basically explains everything for us. Basically, the essence of this new power with Naruto being that, like, I already called it out. I'm not even finna, like, pull up the video because I'm not that type of nigga, but, like, I am that type of nigga. But it's like, yo, they basically merged their chakras together all to all, and basically all in all creating a whole new type of form of chakra. You know, Kurama describes this as like basically some type of sun energy, you know, pulling energy from the sun as a source. So basically Naruto's chakra and Kurama's chakra is a source, and when their sources are combining, ultimately it's forming an entirely new chakra, meaning it's something that's like completely different, where Six Path Naruto is tapping into a power, Kurama mode Naruto is tapping into a power, and that's basically the main difference that Kurama points out. And this nigga Naruto's like, well shit, sounds simple, let's get to it, fuck are you talking about? And they got to it, bro. This fight is going, I ain't gonna lie, I still think that Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen is my favorite. Naruto Sasuke versus Momoshiki into the anime, like anime wise, this shit don't matter. I'm talking about manga only. Naruto Sasuke versus Jigen probably is my favorite Naruto Sasuke fight right now in the Boruto series, you know. But I feel like even, and this is including Naruto and Sasuke versus Isshiki, and then that whole little Naruto versus Isshiki, and then Isshiki just started slaughtering these niggas out of nowhere. But now I'm saying like this Baramo Naruto versus Isshiki, I'm talking like Momoshiki versus Naruto and Sasuke type of animation. They're gonna have to go hard for this, but I really still personally feel like this Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen, like I ain't gonna lie, I ain't felt like this type of hype since let me stop capping, because I'm only thinking Naruto Sasuke. Kasha Koji versus Jigen was hard. That shit went too fucking hard. All right, but still, Naruto Sasuke versus Jigen, that shit had me like off the roof, and this shit had me like off the roof, because this nigga Sasuke is looking at this shit go down, and me who had the same expression. This nigga Sasuke is so confused. He's like, yo, why the fuck did this nigga Naruto not tell me about this shit? And I'm happy like they even implemented that, because it's like, it's some shit that you're supposed to say, like coming from Sasuke's sense. In the back of his head, he be thinking like, well man, if I fuck around and get another arm, this nigga Naruto might not be able to stop me, so I gotta chill out. I'm a wandering ninja, I'm depressed, oh the Uchiha clan died, you know what I'm saying? Like, boo-hoo nigga, fuckers you talking about Byron mode, call it a day. Now the only drawback is obviously, yes, this nigga Naruto is gonna die, but they playing too many fucking games. Kurama breaks it down, basically saying that, you know, Naruto once entered into this mode, he can't make too many sudden movements, he can't do anything unnecessary. This nigga even said, bro, you can't even think about ramen right now, you can't even think about shadow cloning Hinata later on tonight, like none of that shit. All of those distractions will fuck up everything that they got going on right now. So this nigga Naruto was like, all right, I'm only gonna be imagining my fist going against Jigen's jaw, and he's basically saying like, all right, you can't even go in for the kill, you can't tail beast bomb this nigga, you can't Rasen Shuriken this nigga, just focus, like fight like a boxer, just get in your hits, don't go for the kill, you know what I'm saying? Get in your hits and get in your points, because ultimately the reason why Kurama and Naruto are ultimately dying from using this mode will turn out to be the same reason why Isshiki dies from this mode. Now we see as the fight progresses, it's like this nigga Naruto's overpowering him, and it's not to say like, oh, this nigga Isshiki could have tanked all of them shits, even though technically he was tanking all of them shits, but he said like the force of the hits isn't the problem, it was something else going on, which I'm getting into right now. I feel like even if you take away both nerfs, you just got Byron mode Naruto, and then you got full power Isshiki, I say tit for tat, Isshiki is still probably gonna win, and it will be like a very close fight, but not as close as this fight here is. Now we understand that Naruto's ultimately new power is going to be using his chakra and Kurama's chakra in order to form this new energy, but not only that, anything he comes into contact with, bro, anything this nigga comes into contact with, he's eating your life. Like he's literally, he punches you like 4 times. This nigga's like taking away like 4 days of life. So this nigga Isshiki's went from 23 hours of life left in order to basically put the karma cell back on Kawaki again, to basically 30 minutes all into 10 minutes within the span of the chapter, just from Naruto using this bar mode. So can we give this nigga an MVP? And just for fuck's sakes, we gonna give him 2 Hokage stone faces after this man kicks the bucket, because he's the fucking GOAT. Like bro, tell me this Naruto isn't coming through. But like I said, bro, I don't know for sure, because they are playing, the wording here states that, well, okay, you know, Naruto can't do all this extra shit while he's in this mode. Kurama's putting Naruto on game. He's basically saying that, you know, Kurama never intended for Naruto to land a killing blow on Isshiki, and Naruto's like, well, what the fuck, you just throwing me under the bus, my nigga? We been in this shit together, ride or die. You killed both of my parents and I still let you slide, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And Kurama's like, hey, chill, it's not like that, my guy. Basically what he's trying to say is that, you know what I'm saying, like, you're not gonna have the necessary, like, the necessary lifespan you need in order to land a killing blow on Isshiki. You fuck around, go mid punch, you're gonna be breaking down and falling, because you even see throughout the fight this nigga Naruto standing, and it's so hard for him just to even stand up. This nigga falls to his knees, and that's when Isshiki's put on game like, your power is like killing, you know what I'm saying? But Kurama says that the main drawback of this power is that basically it's gonna keep on working until one or both of them dies. Now, why the fuck would they put that or there? Why can't they just say till you die, nigga? And we already know Kurama is the essence of chakra, so they didn't even have to do that shit, because it could have just been headcanon, because it's been mentioned over and over again. If the tail beast dies in the Jinchuriki, outside the Jinchuriki, these motherfuckers are gonna reincarnate and pop back up, so it doesn't matter. But he said until one or both of us dies. You know, that's how long we got. So until then, we gotta make sure that motherfucker die, you know? And this whole shit is just so fucking lit. So now jumping forward, we got Kawaki on the battlefield. You know, Isshiki put 2 and 2 together, and he was like, well, shit, I ain't been in math in over 1,000 years, but I'm pretty sure that's how this shit work. And boom, long and behold, my man's Kawaki is here. And guess who else popped up now? It's either the Jogan or Momoshiki. Now, I don't give a fuck who, actually, honestly, because I could see next chapter Momoshiki popping up like, yeah, stupid ass nigga, like monkey see, monkey do. He was waiting for both of y'all, and Sasuke over there beating and batting. Basically, right now, nobody in the universe can stop Momoshiki. So if it is Momoshiki, he popped up at the right ass time, and if it, like, mind you, I swear on everything, if it turns out to be Momoshiki next chapter, I dare somebody to screenshot this or hold me to my word. I'm gonna buy a pair of black Air Force, because you already know, I told y'all, if Oshotsuki clans were sneakers, Momoshiki would be black Air Force Ones, because he does not give a fuck they on the trip, because most people are assuming, or most people are hoping, and for me, I low-key, like, I am hoping that it turns out to be my motherfucking nigga Jogan, bro, because we've been waiting for Boruto's Pure Eye to activate in the manga ever since day 1, and the anime's been playing around with it, implementing it into arcs, into different episodes here and there, and we've yet to see anything real about the Jogan inside of the actual manga. Now, when the spoilers for the actual chapter came out, the translation stated that Boruto opened his Pure Eye, and we know the Pure Eye translates over into the Jogan, you know what I'm saying, the black and blue dojutsu that he has in the anime. It was stated as the Pure Eye. Now we understand that whenever Momoshiki takes over Boruto's body, I don't know if it's a requirement, but up until this point, the Karma Seal has been activated, you know what I'm saying? So we don't see no Karma Seal on Boruto's body whatsoever, but he does have a calm composure, so that can maybe tell us possibly the Karma Seal, like, activating isn't needed for Momoshiki himself to take over Boruto's body, as we can see that this nigga Jigen, you know, Isshiki was talking through Jigen's body for however how long, who knows, in a sense, because he was living in Jigen's head as a parasite and still able to control his body via Karma Seal. So there can still be a little plot hole in that matter. I'm definitely hoping for a Jogan debut, because it's like, bro, they playing games, and honestly, what else would he be able to do? But like I said, I don't know, Boruto just awakening suddenly just like that and him still being him. I highly doubt that being the case. Now, I also highly doubt that, since that might most likely be the scenario, and it probably is going to be Momoshiki waking up, then it most likely won't be the Jogan, because I feel like it'll be both base Momoshiki and base Byakugan in Boruto's right eye, unless this nigga Sasuke gets a glance at it and he's like, is that the Byakugan? No, that shit looks different. And he says something that just makes you like, yup, that's a motherfucking Jogan. It's your boy Ch.52, chapter 52, bro. It's so much shit to talk about, and so much shit just like to break down, and you know, my overall overview of the chapter, immediate afterthoughts and reaction for Boruto chapter 52. Look forward to more broken down and discussed videos in the future. It's your boy Black with Ch.53, long face, skinny body, got on the green. Why? Because I'm still working on that part. It's your guy. Holla at you, Bob. Holla at y'all. We out.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high. Cocoa butter hips on the waistline. She said